simu yangu one call away, nikikuhitaji mpenzi, shida wangu. Guys, see. Anyway, guys, so there was this woman called Mercy, and Mercy was married to someone. Yeah, the person was so, like, let's say this guy was so controlling, very controlling. Let's even leave controlling. This man used to beat her. Any small mistake, she would beat her. If she doesn't want to eat food, she'll throw it on the floor and still beat. After wasting that food, she'll still beat the woman. She'll still beat Mercy, and Mercy was staying because she loved the man. You know, she loved the man. And let's say Mercy was just a good woman. Well, this guy, when he didn't have anything, so Mercy had our job. She was an accountant, and the family of Mercy told her that you should not get married to such a person because such people when they get rich, they leave you, yeah, and look for somebody who's of their class. And now Mercy told them that, you know what, I should just stick to him. Maybe he's not like the other men, but the family were telling her that, you know what, this one is someone will just change in future. But Mercy decided to follow her heart. And now they're in marriage. And the guy has started getting a lot of cash. And now he has forgotten that Mercy was always there for her. And now he always makes sure that Mercy is crying every day in that marriage. That Mercy is not having peace in that marriage. So guys, sometimes the lesson is that sometimes just get married to somebody who is self-made. Don't just get married to someone saying that you'll change them or you'll move them from grass to grace. So this guy, every time, she used to just tell Mercy that you're not my type. Now my type is someone else. And now Mercy was trying to tell him that, but when you had nothing, I was your type. When you didn't have food, I was giving you food. When you didn't have money for something, for transport, I used to give you. But the man said he's over that. That is his past, and Mercy should not even remember, keep on making him remember his past. And that's when he would beat her very well. Very well, you know, very well. And this guy would even beat her in front of the children. So that beating, yeah. So Mercy gets pregnant. As every wife, you know, she got pregnant. And guys, let me tell you, this woman even paid her own bride price. She paid her own bride price. And the man was even telling her that you're too stupid to even pay your own bride price. Let's go now to getting pregnant. This guy didn't even care about her when she was pregnant. She still just beat her. And when Mercy was telling her, you know what, I'm pregnant, you should not be beating me, the man was like, girl, are you the only woman that has ever been pregnant? And Mercy was like, no. And now this guy would tell her that he will treat her the way he wants, because she's the one who chose him. Yeah, she's the one who chose the man. So she would just bear with what the man is doing to her. So the pregnancy grew to 9 months. Of course, she never. I know you expected me to say that. Oh, girl, she miscarried. No, she didn't miscarry. I'm telling you guys, if you get pregnant for a poor person, for someone who is always abusing you physically, mentally, that pregnancy will stay. Huh? That pregnancy will stay in that home. But when you get married to a rich person and even if you fall on the stairs, you might miscarry. But if you if you get married to somebody who abuses you and a poor person, it will stay there no matter what this person will do to you. It will stay there until you give birth. So let's continue the story. So the pregnancy reached 9 months, and after 9 months, she has to go and give birth. So she tells her husband that, you know what? I'm supposed to go for a CS. So you should bring the money or whatever. Yeah, the money. But the woman had already saved the money for the CS in case the husband doesn't contribute, because she knew how her husband is. So she knew if my husband doesn't contribute, I'll still have money. So she decides to keep the money, and she also had a card that you can go to the hospital and give out the card and pay the bills. So she goes to the CS and she gives the husband the card to pay. But the husband decides to send money to another person, to a sister. And now the wife gets alert on giving birth. She gets alert that this man has sent money to someone. Juicy story. Anyway, guys, let's continue. So after sending the money to the guy, to a sister, now the wife has to call her family members to, yeah, she has to call the family members for her to get out of that hospital. And the family members were kind enough to pay the bills for her. And then they just forgave the husband. Yeah, because they didn't want the child to have, they didn't want the child to not to have a father. So they just forgave him, and their marriage continued. And now when the marriage was continuing like that, this woman has just given birth, and it's a CS. This man didn't even look for a nanny to look after the child so that the wife can rest. She didn't even help with the house chores. The wife would still do that, even in pain. Some marriages. So the child grows up, and then since the husband had squandered the money and he was forgiven, so one day Mercy decides to go to a funeral abroad. So going abroad, she went to a funeral and she came back with a private jet. And the husband was like, Mercy, whose private jet is this? And also was just like, somebody just decided to bring me back. So Mercy had gone to the funeral and got someone for herself. And that's why she came back with a private jet, and that's when Mercy and that guy and the husband decided to divorce, because the husband just saw that Mercy is playing her, and she decided that he's not even taking care of the child. So after some time, Mercy and the guy, they after some time, after the divorce, Mercy and the guy he met on the funeral, decided to like get married. And this one was a nice guy. She used to look after the Mercy so well, and the baby, and the child, had grown, by the way. And after some time, they had their own child. So one day, Mercy thinks that, okay, you know, this guy, my baby, one day, her first child will ask about her father, because he knows that the one is living with is the stepfather. So he decides to send the firstborn to his father for him to just say hi, because it was an holiday after school. It was an holiday, so she was not going to school. So see, the child goes to his father. He stays there. After the long holiday, Mercy calls the ex-husband to ask where is the child. And you know what this husband says? The ex-husband says that the child got ill and he died, and the child has already been buried. Mercy was not told that the child was even sick. Mercy was not told that the child had died. She was not told that the child has been buried. And now when she is asking about the child, this man is telling him that he has died. And now Mercy tells her family what has happened. And now the guy gets arrested, because how did he bury someone without telling the family, without informing the family? Now he was arrested and was judged of murder, because the child didn't get healed and die. The child was poisoned. Yeah, the child was poisoned and he died. And that's how the ex-husband to Mercy ended up in jail. And Mercy lost the baby, but she had other children with the current husband, and they lived happily ever after. So guys, if you are okay, the moral of the story is, if you are passing through domestic violence, don't stay saying that out there you'll not get love again. You'll get love. A lot of people want to love you. Yeah, just like Mercy, you can get somebody who can get married to you again. Yeah. So guys, don't just stay there enduring. Just get out there, do your things, and God will send someone who is nice to you. And guys, if you have separated with someone, don't send your children to that house again. Don't send your children to that house when you have already separated with their husband. Because you see what happened to Mercy's child. She got killed because he went to stay with the husband, with his father. So yeah guys, some people just don't love children. Like, subscribe, share, and tell me where you're watching me from. Yeah guys, tell me where you're watching me from, and make sure you share this story. Share to everyone you know. Share to everyone you know. Bye guys.